Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and hello if you're new here, welcome. Hi, my name is Holly Boone. So a couple of months ago I filmed a nightclub going out makeup look. The photographs really well, it lasts all night, and you guys loved that video, so I figured I would do the same thing again but use affordable products in this video, because I know in my other video I used a few high-end stuff. So yeah, it's just going to be full of all affordable stuff in this video, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you do, and yeah, so I'm just going to put my hair behind my ears, get my hair out of the way. So I have actually already applied a moisturiser because I don't really have an affordable primer that I like, so I've just prepped my skin with a bit of moisturiser just to give myself a little bit of hydration, and then I'm just going to go straight in with foundation. So I'm going to use the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation, and I'm going to mix in a little bit of the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless. If you have oily skin like me, then you will love this foundation combination. So I'm just going to mix the two foundations together on the back of my hand. So yeah, if you're oily like me, then definitely try the Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation mixed with this one. It's really good. So I'm then just going to take a sponge. This is actually a Tarte sponge, but you can get like a Real Technique sponge. You don't have to use like a Tarte sponge. It's just because I have this one in my makeup bag already. This foundation works best when you blend it in with a sponge. Some foundations work better with a brush, but for this one I feel like it works good with a sponge. I like to spend a good amount of time pressing my foundation into my skin. That's just my preference. I feel like if you just quickly like blend it in and then go into the next step, like it doesn't sit as nice on the skin. So I would spend like a good amount of time just really pressing it in. Okay, so I have a few drugstore concealers to talk about that I really like. The first one is the Maybelline Superstay Concealer. I actually got this when I was in America. I'm not sure if we have this in the UK yet, but it's really good. So that's that one. I use the shade Sable. The next one is the Collection Lasting Concealer. This is so affordable and it's really good. And I use the shade Warm Fair in this one. I kind of mix shades because like sometimes I like a really bright under eye, sometimes I don't. So I kind of just mix these ones, but these are really good drugstore ones anyway. And then also Rimmel London have this Lasting Matte Concealer, which is really good. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of mix, I feel like, because I don't know, I don't want like a really bright under eye, so I'm just gonna mix a couple ones with darker ones. So I'm gonna use the Maybelline Superstay Concealer. I'm gonna kind of put this one here because it's very light, and I kind of like this part of my eye, like my inner corner of my eye, to be quite bright. And then for like my actual under eye, I'm just going to go a little bit darker. This is the Rimmel Lasting Matte Concealer. This is in the shade Sun Beige. So I'm just going to mix in with this shade because this one's slightly darker. So yeah, it's not going to make my under eye too bright. This concealer, if you want the most coverage out of it, I kind of leave it to dry down for a little bit before I blend it in. I'm just going to pop this on my lids as well because I'm going to use this as an eyeshadow base. So yeah, with concealers, I kind of just mix a bunch. Like, that's just what I like to do. I don't know. I just like mixing products. I feel like sometimes when you mix formulas, you just get a better finish. So yeah, these are just a few that I like. So Lasting Matte Concealer from Rimmel London, the Maybelline Superstay, and then the Collection Lasting Perfection Ultimate Wear Concealer. Is it just me? Or am I going crazy? Did Collection, the brand, used to be called Collection 2000 back in the day? Because when I was younger, like when I was like a teenager, I want to say 13, 14, I swear it used to be called Collection 2000. But I'm not sure if I just dreamt that or if I'm tripping or whatever. Can you just let me know? So yeah, I kind of just leave it to dry down a little bit before I blend it in. That way you just get more coverage, like I said. Way better. And then I'm just going to blend it in with my sponge. I get a lot of darkness kind of like here, so I like this part of my eye to be quite bright. That's why I use like a brighter concealer there normally. And I'm just going to blend this in on my eyelid. I feel like there's so many brands now that are coming out with really good affordable products, which I think is so sick. Like before, I remember when I was younger and I used to go to like Boots or Superdrug and you could never get like a good concealer or like anything. It would just be like one shade or it would just be awful. So I'm just glad that they've now started like branching out and keeping up with like higher end brands and stuff. Okay, so I'm not going to set anything just yet. I'm going to go into cream contour. I just prefer doing this at the moment. Almost like a cream bronzer rather than like a contour, I feel like. So I'm going to use the Can't Stop, Won't Stop concealer from NYX in the shade Mocha. My forehead, and then I'm just going to go a little bit under my cheekbone. I like to kind of build it up and do a little bit at a time, because I feel like if you go in with too much of this straight away, it can end up looking just so messy. I'm just going to go along my jawline, and then I'm just going to go down the front of my nose. So to blend this in, I like to use an eyeshadow brush, which sounds crazy, I know, but I feel like if I use a sponge, it kind of disperses the product too much. I end up with that contour up here and down here, and it doesn't really stay where I want it to stay, if that makes sense. So I use the Morphe 441 brush, and I just kind of buff the cream contour in. It takes me a bit longer, but I really like the way it looks in the end. And also I do go over it with a sponge as well, like just to make sure there's like it's seamless. But for like the initial blend, like this part, I like to use this brush, and then I'll just go with the sponge because it's got the foundation on. I like to use excess foundation to blend it even more, and then I just kind of go over with a sponge like that. And I just think you get such a better blend. As well, the reason why I started doing this is because of this area right here. Like I said, if I use a sponge, sometimes it just looks really messy. So I kind of just want to keep it where I've put it, if that makes sense. So if you're wondering why my concealer is kind of like settled in my fine lines here, it's because I haven't set it yet. So I'm going to blend it out, and then I'm going to set it in a minute. But I don't like to set my creams until I've done all of my cream, if you know what I mean. So to blend in my nose, I use this brush from Doll Beauty, and it's like a flat fluffy brush, and I just go backwards and forwards, like up and down, until I'm happy with the blend, and then I'll blend it all in with a sponge as well. When I do face, I clean my face brushes every single time before I do my makeup. With your sponge as well, like I put antibacterial hand wash on this, rub it all in my hands like this with the sponge, and then put this under like really hot water, under like a hot tap, and then squeeze it out. But careful when you squeeze it out that you don't burn your hands. So yeah, I just kind of like with my nose contour blend it in, then go over with a sponge, just because I don't like too much nose contour, I don't want it to look too harsh. Next I'm just going to go back over my concealer under my eyes. So the one product that I'm not using that's affordable is the Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Powder. This is to set my creams. This is the only powder that I use, and to be honest, for the price point of it and how long it lasts you, I think it's so worth it. And it's the only thing that I can use if I'm going out on a night out that I know will definitely not give me flashback, and it will keep my makeup looking really good all night. So yeah, Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Powder is just the one. Like I really can't recommend it enough, and I know like it's not affordable, but it is 1,000,000% worth the money. Like I don't use anything else. So I'm just going to apply this under my eyes and up onto my lid. It also really helps to smooth out pores, powder. I like to set my chin and kind of like round my mouth, because I do get smile lines when I'm laughing too much, which is not a bad thing. And then I'm just going to set my forehead. So for bronzer, I'm going to use the Doll Beauty Give Me Some bronzer. These are so good. Like I love them. They have shades that are good for contour and shades that are good for bronzing. I'm going to use the shade Medium Deep, and I'm just using this brush from Doll Beauty as well. It's like an angled contour type of brush, and I'm just going to apply this where I applied that cream contour shade. I just love the Doll bronzers, to be honest. They're literally my favourite. The best. I love them. So I'm just zooming you in to do eyes. I haven't finished my face makeup yet. I still need to do blush and everything, but I like to move on to eyes for a bit, get that done, and then I finish off my face at the end. So I've just cleaned the Morphe M441 brush, which I used to buff in the cream contour, and I'm going to be using Morphe 3502 palette. There's loads of warm shades in it. Has really nice foiled gold shade that I love. Just a really nice palette. So I'm first going to dip into this shade right here, which is on the top row, with the Morphe M441 brush, the one that I used to blend in my cream contour. And I'm just going to apply this just above my crease and in my crease. I'm just going to kind of buff it in. I'm going to wing it out. Like I really like to wing my eyeshadow out at the moment, because I really like that cat eye type of vibe without having to do a winged liner, because winged liner is just, oh, I just can't with it anymore. It drives me mad. This brush is really good because it's like, because it's so big and fluffy, it gives you a really nice even blend. So I really love this brush. I really need to pluck my brows, but I'm trying to grow them. Then I always try and grow them and then I get bored. I'm like, oh no, they look so bad, I need to pluck it. This is just my favourite look for a night out. It just always looks so good. It always goes well. And you know when you just can't be asked to be stressed and getting ready, so you're just like, let me just stick to what I know. This is why I love this look. So next I'm going to dip into this shade right here, which is the second from bottom row. I'm going to use my Morphe M456 brush. And I'm going to just pack this on the outer corner. I'm going to bring it into about halfway. And then I'm going to kind of keep it that winged out type of shape. So I'm going to bring it just up here slightly. So you don't have to worry about it looking messy because obviously we're going to blend it. So it just needs to be placed in the right place, if that makes sense. You don't have to do it like me and wing it. You can do it more rounded if you like. But I personally, on me, just like my eye makeup more winged. The eyeshadow part is actually really easy. I don't use many shades at all. I'm just going back to the first shade that I used on this fluffy brush. And I'm going to go over the edge. Just gently on the outer corner. You don't want to go in too hard, too heavy-handed. So yeah, I just like to go in a bit at a time. I don't like to go in too much straight away. I just like to keep building it up. So yeah, just keep going back to this big fluffy brush with the first shade on and just go back and blend. Okay, so next I'm going to take this foiled gold shade, which is on the top row. And I like to just go in with my finger first of all, because I just think it works better with a finger. Foiled shadows always apply better when you use your finger. So I'm just gonna pop this on my lid. Obviously because I've got nails and I can't get right in the inner corner, but I'm gonna use a brush for that part. But for just this centre part, I'm just applying it with my finger. And then I'm gonna take my MAC 242 brush. I'm not sure if they do this MAC 242 brush anymore. I've had this brush for about 5 years. But I'm just gonna then apply it in the inner corner where I can't get with my finger. And just neaten it up in the crease. I don't like to cut my crease anymore. I used to cut my crease really neat, but I kind of like it a little bit more on the messy side rather than like really structured. Not even messy, just not like fully structured, you know, I just prefer that. And then I'm just going to go back to the dark brown shade that I used a little while ago and I just tap on that edge. And then it just helps to blend that all in nicely. See, I'm just going to do the same on this side. I have got a little bit of fallout, but I'm just going to wipe it off and it should be okay. I hope. So I'm just going to press it on in the centre with my finger. So annoying having long nails when you try and do this. Then I'm just going to my MAC 242. So I can get right in that inner corner. And then again, I'm just going back to that dark brown and I'm just going to tap on the edge. So I've just dusted off some of the fallout. Next for mascara, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Telescopic. I love this mascara. It's way better than any high-end one in my opinion. This mascara is just, I use it all the time. Especially for bottom lashes. I don't really worry about top lashes because I always wear fake lashes anyway. But this for bottom lashes is so good. I'll show you in a bit. For my lashes, I'm going to be using the Doll Beauty lashes in the style Samantha. These are literally my ride or die. They're my favourite. They give you a really fluffy, like, winged look. They're just everything. So I'm just going to put some lash glue on my lashes. I use the House of Lashes eyelash glue because it's latex free and it doesn't irritate my eyes. It's the only one that I can actually use. Let my eyelashes dry. I'm going to do my brows. Well, I like to leave them to dry down for a little bit because it just makes them easier to stick on. Like I say in every makeup video that I do, but it just is. So I'm going to use the NYX Brow Pencil. This is the Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Black. I also really love the, oh god, the Morphe Brow Pencil that's like this. It's a bit more pigmented, not as stiff, but I ran out of it. So this one is good, it still works, it's just not as good as my Morphe one, to be honest. So I just put a bit through my brows and then I kind of comb out any excess because I don't like too much in my brows. At the start of the brow, I kind of just flick it up so it looks like brow hairs. Okay, so I have to have brow gel because my brows just do not stay in place. If you have that same issue, then definitely get the Morphe brow gel. Like, it's really good. I only ever used to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills one because I've tried so many like NYX ones and everything and they're just not as good. But this Morphe one is so good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push my brow hairs up so they look crazy. And I'll explain why in a minute, but I kind of push all the brow hairs up like this. I'm not going to leave it like this. And then I'm just going to stick my lashes on quick and then I'll show you what I do with my eyebrows once the eyebrow gel is dry. So I'm going to leave my lashes to dry down on my eye and then I kind of just pinch them so that they go really close to my lash line. So with my eyebrows, once my eyebrow gel is dry, I just take this end of the eyebrow brush and I just comb all the way along the top of the brow. So it pushes them back down. It still keeps them looking fluffy. Okay, so let's finish my under eye. And then I'm just going to finish off my face, lips, and then we're done. The first thing I like to do for my under eye is I go in with a black gel liner. This is the Maybelline Studio Lasting Drama Gel Liner. It's so good. It's the best gel liner on the market. Regardless, high end, low end, it's the best one. I love it so much. I've used it for years. And I also love using the little brush that comes with it as well. So I use this flat end of the brush, not this end. I don't ever really use this end. I just use this end. And I just put some on the back of my hand because it kind of warms up the product a little bit, makes it a little bit more, I feel like it kind of thickens it up a little bit when you warm it up a little bit. And then I just go straight in my waterline with it. And I kind of just do it a bit messy because I'm going to blend it. So I kind of just bring it down. You want to bring it just out of the waterline as well, so underneath the lash line. So it looks really messy for now, but then I'm going to blend it with shadow in a second. But I prefer to do it this way than the other way. I used to do it the other way around, but I feel like it works better this way. Is to start off with it and then blend it out. So I'm just going to take the dark brown shade that I use on the outer corner of my eye. I'm going to use the Morphe M431 brush, and I'm just going to buff this shadow over the top of that eyeliner. And what this does is it blends out the eyeliner, makes it look really like blended and seamless. So then it just really softens that black liner, and then it's all blended in with brown, and it just looks way more seamless than if I do it the other way around. So I'm just going to do the same, so you can see the difference. So this is it unblended, this is it blended with shadow. So I'm just going to do the same on this side. And then next I'm going to take my L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. I'm just going to run that through my lashes, and then I'm just going to apply this to my bottom lashes as well. This mascara is so good for bottom lashes. What I like to do with this mascara is I do one coat and I leave it to dry, and then I apply another coat. Okay, so I leave my bottom lashes to dry. I'm going to do a second coat, but whilst I leave them to dry, I'm going to finish off my base makeup and my lips. Where I had a little bit of fallout from that shadow, I'm just going to apply a little bit more of the Mercier powder just to kind of mattify that again, because it's just gone a bit shimmery. Obviously I don't want shimmery under eye, so just gone in with a little bit more powder. And then I'm using H&B Cosmetics Feeling Peachy blush, the only blush that I ever use. It just makes so much difference to your makeup. Blush, to me, for me anyway, is an essential. Like, it just ties everything together. It just makes everything look seamless and just way better. Makes you look alive. Yeah, Feeling Peachy, my ride or fucking die. I don't use anything else. I mix this with shade Self-Made sometimes, or if I want a little bit more intense, I use the darker colours. But it's really pigmented. You only need to literally tap your brush in it. So this blush is going to last you so long. It also has a mirror, which is everything. Here's the thing with me with highlight, and everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, what? Like, I don't wear highlight really anymore. I just prefer this matte skin. Like, I just really like the way it looks. It photographs really good. I like glowy skin when I'm not wearing a full beat, but for nightclub makeup and going out, I don't put highlight on. So yeah, you're probably looking at me like, bitch, the fuck? Because everyone wears it. Everyone wears highlight, but just not me. So to line my lips, I'm going to use the Carly Bybel Il Maquillage, I don't know if that's how you say it, collection. This is in the shade Luna. So I'm just going to line my lips with this first. So I'm next going to use the H&B Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade Living, and then I'm going to put the shade Stop It lip gloss on top. This is actually a duo on our website at the moment. We're selling it as a gift set for Christmas for £23.50, and you get 2 lip products, and it comes gift wrap, really cute. But this is the shade that this is the combo that I've been wearing all the time recently. I only actually wear my lip products. I don't wear anyone else's. I just don't. Like, I made them because I love them, and I don't wear any other ones. So I just apply this one like this, my liquid lipstick, and then I take my finger, press it in. So I don't want too much of this colour because it is really light on me, so I kind of just apply a little bit and then I just disperse it in my finger. And then I'm going to apply the shade Stop It on top, lip gloss. I just really like this light nude on me recently. I really like the contrast with the gold on the eyes. It's my favourite combination. So I'm lastly just going to apply a little bit more mascara on the bottom. So I just go over it again, just to add like a little bit more thickness. So that is the finished look. That is what I wear when I go out on a night out. It's what I wear to the club. If I'm going out for dinner, just if I'm going out anywhere, this is what I wear. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you did. Please subscribe. I will link all the products down below in the description box as well. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.